I'm Dr. Liam, and this is The Prescription. Project management isn't a system, it's pattern recognition. And if you're not training that skill deliberately, you're leaving your most important tool on the table. So I've seen this hold up in game studios, in classrooms, in military simulation contracts. The domain changes, but the pattern underneath does not. For over 10 years, I reviewed student game pitches at a game development program, hundreds of them. Early in that work, I'd evaluate each one largely on its own terms. Is the design interesting? Is the scope reasonable? Does the team seem capable? Over time, something shifted. I started recognizing shapes before I could articulate why. A pitch would open, and within a few minutes, I'd have a feeling about where it was going to break down. Not because I'd seen that exact project before, but because I'd seen the exact structure before. The team that's excited about world building but vague on the core loop. The scope that's technically feasible but emotionally unmaintainable. The vision that's vivid at the top but hollow 3 levels down. That's not expertise, that's pattern recognition. So for example, Batman doesn't wait for a confession. He walks into a scene, reads the clues, and builds the picture from what's missing as much as what's there. That's pattern recognition. A good project manager does the same thing. You're not waiting for the schedule to tell you something's wrong. You're reading the room 2 sprints ahead. Gary Klein's research on naturalistic decision-making shows that experienced practitioners don't make decisions by evaluating options. They recognize situations. They match what they're seeing to patterns stored from previous experience and act on the first option that feels workable. Klein calls it recognition prime decision-making. What it looks like from the outside, it's intuition. What it actually is accumulated pattern data. Here's the thing about missing those signals. It doesn't feel like negligence. It feels like momentum. It feels like keeping the team moving. It feels like trust. That's exactly when the black box stays in the schedule. Good producers make the team answer the questions. Bad ones skip them, or worse, they answer the questions themselves and move on. I don't think producers skip those questions because they don't care. I think most of them were never shown that the questions were the job. Nobody told them that making the team sit with the discomfort of not knowing is more valuable than resolving it quickly. The 3 levels of recognition prime decision making are: recognize the situation, mentally simulate the action, and adjust based on what doesn't fit. Most junior PMs are stuck at level 1. They can see that something is wrong. The development from there is learning to read what type of wrong is, and then having enough pattern data to know what actually addresses it. That development does not come from tools. It comes from deliberate exposure to a wide range of situations, combined with honest reflection on what the patterns were after the fact. The best producers I've worked with look like they had a 6th sense. They didn't. They just knew what to look for, and when something didn't fit. It's a skill, it's learnable, and the first step is stopping to ask the questions your instincts are already flagging.